All right, gather round, gentlemen. Prepare to have your minds blown by the ancient, mystical, and completely not made-up art of checks notes, noticing when someone might be into you.
That's right.
We're about to decode the female human, a creature so mysterious and complex. She apparently runs on a biological mainframe that beeps and boops every time a high-value male enters the room, so the internet tells me. Forget everything you know about actual communication. Words are for chumps. They're just a smokescreen, a clever ruse designed to, well, communicate. But we're not falling for that. We're going straight to the source, the uncontrollable biological telltale heart of lust. According to the deep lore of some very serious men on the internet, a woman's entire evolutionary purpose is to send you secret bat signals of arousal, while maintaining what scholars call plausible deniability. It's a biological game of charades where the prize is you. Obviously, let's break down these super secret, definitely not just normal human body things.
What?
The windows to the soul, and other cliches. Forget what you learned in biology class. A woman's eye is not for seeing. It is a sophisticated biofeedback monitor, a lestimeter hardwired directly into her primal hindbrain. It's basically a mood ring, but with more capillaries. The crown jewel of this system is the pupil. That little black hole isn't for letting in light, it's for letting out truth. When she looks at you, you must become a master of measurement. Remember the rules. If her pupils are constricted, she views you with the same romantic fervor as a spreadsheet. If they're dilated, her sympathetic nervous system has been activated by your high-value aura, and her body is preparing for activities. This is irrefutable. It has nothing to do with the bartender turning the lights down for ambience. Nothing. But dilation alone is for amateurs. We must combine it with the second pillar, the gaze pattern analysis. The socially polite woman will look at your eyes because her mother told her to. The lustful woman, however, will engage in what we in the business call mouth gazing. Her eyes will drop to your lips repeatedly. This is not a sign that you have spinach in your teeth. It is her subconscious visualizing oral contact. She is literally imagining kissing you, and her eyeballs are just along for the ride. She has no control over this. It's a biological compulsion, like a snake charmed by a flute. And then, the bedroom eyes. This isn't just being a little tired. This is a specific, calculated physiological response. Sexual arousal reduces muscle tension around the orbital bone, creating that sultry, heavy-lidded look. It also increases blood flow to the area, giving her a dewy eye-M-experiencing-A-biologically-predetermined-mating-ritual glow. The crucial takeaway? You must feel the charge. Normal eye contact says, I hear you. Lustful eye contact is supposed to feel like a static electricity shock between your two souls. If you don't feel a tangible current of energy arcing across the room, she's probably just being polite and wondering when you're going to stop staring at her pupils like a deranged optometrist. So go forth, measure those pupils. Chart the gaze patterns. Diagnose the eyelid droop. Remember, you're not a man having a conversation. You're a scientist collecting data from a fascinating, biologically pre-programmed specimen. Just try not to blink. You might miss a micro-expression. 2. The body compass. All right, posture, pedants, and proximity proselytes, buckle up. We're diving into Chapter 2, the body compass. Or, as it's known in the ancient texts, which way she's pointing. A survival guide for the romantically inept. Forget her words. Her skeleton is whispering secrets. Her very frame, her osseous structure, is involuntarily aligning itself with the planetary magnetic pull of your aura or your wallet. One of those. It all starts with the foundational truth, the triangle of intent. If this sacred triangle is pointed squarely at you, congratulations. Her biological GPS has locked onto its target. You are the destination. If it's pointed even 5 degrees toward the exit, however, she is subconsciously planning her escape route. She is not attracted. She's calculating the fastest path to the door, possibly to meet her real boyfriend, a guy who doesn't analyze her podiatric orientation. But it's not just about pointing. It's about presentation. This isn't just standing up straight. It's a primal display move. By arching her back and thrusting her chest forward, she is unconsciously making her figure more prominent. It's the human equivalent of a baboon presenting its brightly colored rear end. It's a biological billboard that reads, "High quality, genetic material available for inspection." She cannot help this. Her spine is literally betraying her interest. Now, let's talk about the most critical, most overlooked metric: proximity protocol. The socially polite woman will maintain a respectful public speaking distance. The lustful woman will violate this boundary with the relentless inevitability of gravity. She will drift into your intimate zone like a battleship parking in a canoe slip. She will accidentally brush against you when the room has acres of empty space. Oh, she will lean in so close to hear you that you can identify her shampoo brand. This is not a hearing impairment. This is her body's ancient programming screaming, reduce distance, initiate physical contact protocols. And the most telling sign of all, the barrier assessment. A woman who is genuinely interested will never barricade herself behind a purse, a cocktail, or a small yappy dog. She will position herself openly, her body accessible, her escape routes deliberately cut off. She is signaling, on a primal level, I am not planning an escape. My hindbrain is cool with this. So remember, gentlemen, don't listen to what she says. Get out your protractor and map her angles. Chart her proximity. Diagnose her posture. You're not a creep. You're a cartographer mapping the treacherous yet thrilling landscape of human attraction. Now, if you'll excuse me, all this talk of posturing has me needing to assume a dominant position on my couch. 3. The accidental touching dance. Forget words. Forget eyes. Forget which way her knees are pointing. The most definitive, irrefutable, biological proof of interest is the brush, the graze. The seemingly casual, yet cosmically significant impact of her epidermis upon yours. This is not mere touch. This is bioverbal communication. It is her body speaking a secret language her mouth is too polite to utter. Let's break down the taxonomy of touch, from the benign to the call the authorities, because her biology is out of control. Tier 1, the plausibly deniable probe. This is the foundation, the oops touch. The hand on the back as she slides past you in a hallway that is, in fact, completely empty. This is not an accident. This is a calculated biological test fire. Her primal brain is launching a tiny, innocent-looking torpedo of contact to see if your battleship returns fire. If you flinch away or say excuse you, you have failed the test. Tier 2, the linger, the touch that overstays its welcome. The hand on the arm during a laugh that doesn't leave when the laughing stops. The passing of a phone where her fingers deliberately slow their retreat, ensuring a full 2.4 seconds of digital/digital contact. The linger's the body's way of saying, my conscious mind has run out of excuses, but my animal brain is still enjoying this conductive heat transfer. It has moved beyond plausible deniability into the realm of, I am aware of what I am doing, and I am continuing to do it. Touching the hand or arm is one thing. That's the free demo. But when she goes for the core zones, a hand on the chest to emphasize a point, a playful shove to the ribs, a straightening of your collar that was, in fact, perfectly straight, this is the full price purchase. This is no longer a test. This is a claim. The chest is not a socially neutral territory. By touching you there, her biology is engaging in a primitive ritual called, I am comfortable enough with your personal space to treat it as an extension of my own. It's the equivalent of a cat rubbing its face on your furniture. The ultimate signal. The self-touch. When she touches herself, stroking her own neck, running her fingers through her hair, tracing her own collarbone, she is not just fidgeting. She is giving you a demonstration. It's a biological pantomime, a preview of coming attractions. She is mapping out on her own body the contact she wishes to receive. So there you have it. The accidental touching dance. It begins with a probe, escalates with a linger, culminates in a core breach, and is all hinted at through a demonstration. Remember, gentlemen, words lie. Eyes can deceive. But the involuntary gravitational pull of her hand towards your body, that's the gospel truth, written in the sacred text of skin. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go practice my startled butt-receptive flinch for the next time someone brushes past me at the grocery store. It's all in the hips. 4. The seductive voice. Forget the words. The content is irrelevant. It is the container that holds the truth. The pitch, the pace, the timbre. This is the symphony of arousal, conducted by her autonomic nervous system. And you are the intended and hopefully appreciative audience. We are not listening for hello. We are listening for the bioacoustic betrayal. Exhibit A. The vocal fright to Siren slope. Every woman possesses two voices. Her normal, everyday voice, used for ordering coffee and discussing the weather. And her lust voice. Hear that drop, that rasp? That's not a sore throat. That is vocal vasodilation. Sexual arousal causes muscle relaxation throughout her body, including the larynx and vocal cords. The cords get longer and looser, dropping the pitch and creating that signature husky, breathy quality. She is literally so attracted to you that her throat has given up on proper diction. It's a biological white flag. Exhibit B. The pace of predation. The socially polite woman will speak at a normal, efficient clip. She has things to say and places to be. The lustful woman slows everything weighted. She inserts pauses that are charged with more meaning than the words themselves. This is not a sign of a sluggish brain. This is arousal-induced deceleration. Her body is conserving energy for more primal pursuits. Each pause is an invitation for you to lean into the silence, to fall into the gravitational well of her intent. Exhibit C. The volume of vulnerability. This is the masterstroke, the coup de grace of vocal seduction. She will lower her volume. She will force you to come closer. To enter her intimate space, just to decode her muffled syllables. She's not mumbling. She's architecting intimacy. She is constructing a private sound bubble in a public space, and you are the only other occupant. This is proximity engineering via vocal fader switch. Her biology is literally turning down the volume on the outside world so you can better hear the siren-esque call of her circulatory system, the grand finale, the unconscious orchestra. Beyond the words, you must listen for the biological soundtrack. The sharp, involuntary intake of breath, the soft murmured mahim that is more vibration than word, the laughter that is genuinely breathless and lasts a second too long. These are not conversational filler. These are involuntary oral leakage. They are the sound of her endocrine system hiccuping. Each one is a tiny sonic flare shot into the sky, signaling systems are go. I am experiencing feelings. So there you have it. The next time you're talking to a woman, don't listen to her stories. Listen to her sound. Is it high and efficient? She sees you as a human vending machine. Is it low, slow, quiet, and peppered with biological static? Then her body is singing you a song written in the ancient language of lust, and it's a request for a duet. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I need to go gargle with gravel to practice my own high-value vocal tones. So there you have it. It's the definitive, not at all reductive guide to interpreting half the human population as a series of predictable biological switches. Remember, if she's nice, it's probably just politeness. But if she looks at your mouth, touches her hair, and points her feet at you, her ancient reproductive coding has identified you as a prime mate. It has nothing to do with you being a cool, interesting person she enjoys talking to. Absolutely not. It's all biology. Now, if you'll excuse me, my own biological coding is telling me I need a sandwich. Smash that like button if you too enjoy pretending human interaction is a game of subscribe for more ways to overcomplicate the simple act of talking to people. Good night.